dark angels, ghosts, and Bigfoot. Oh my. It's just another night for Supernatural Girls. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Here's your host, paranormal researcher Patricia Baker, on the one, the only Supernatural Girls.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girls. I'm your host, Patricia Baker, and my co-host is backstage. She's been having some technical difficulties, but our amazing producer, Chanel, is helping her with that. So I'm hoping she'll be able to join us very shortly. But in the meantime, oh my goodness, we have a guest we absolutely adore, and she's here with us tonight to talk about angels. Let me tell you a little bit about Corin Grillo. She's quite an author. She's got 2 great books out. Look at how beautiful she is. And here's who she is. She is a Chicana and Puerto Rican mother, licensed psychotherapist, speaker, and transformational leader. A miracle saved her life, cured her of lifelong depression, and awakened her spiritual gifts. Since that day, Corin has been committed to teaching tens of thousands around the world about the profound magic that lives inside them and how to set it free. Corin leads transformational retreats at Casa Condor in Mount Shasta, California, and other sacred sites internationally. She is also the founder of the Angel Alchemy Academy, which is dedicated to helping other seekers deepen their intuition and natural healing abilities and unlock their deeper mission. She transforms lives with inspired, down-to-earth spiritual wisdom and helps people reach their full potential in leadership and life by creating an authentic, non-religious relationship with the divine and with nature, as well as a connection with their own angels and ancestral roots. You can learn more about Corin's work and join her angel community at CorinGrillo.com. That's on the screen right now. So, Corin, welcome to the show. And PK, I see you're finally with us.
I tell you, I could shoot this machine. I thought retrograde was over with.
I know it. Gosh.
Nothing was working. And I'm going, finally, I don't know what happened. I was hitting all these different, oh, well. It's magic, right?
It is magic. Everything's magic.
I loved your book. You're just gorgeous.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I was telling Corin before you joined us that the photographer, it was like she captured Corin's soul and just put it out in a photograph. It's so stunning, and it's so you, Corin, just beautiful.
Oh,
and we just love having you here. Your work is so powerful, and yet it's simple. We can understand what you're talking about, right?
That's the scary part. I understand it.
Hey. Right. We can actually incorporate it into our lives. But if you could, for the audience in KGRA who may not know you, tell them a little bit about your story, because you have quite a story.
Yeah, well, it all started back. Well, I suffered with a lot of depression growing up. I think, at the age of 18, I remember waking up and saying, "Hey guys, I'm ready to go anytime." And I think, like so many of us, I was really good at being presenting one face to the outer world, but secretly suffering. So a lot of people didn't know how depressed I actually was,
Right.
and how much suffering was going on. But yeah, I was always kind of open to spiritual things, right? And I even did a little magic for a while in my early 20s, but kind of let all that stuff go and just, got into regular life and just suffered even more. And yeah, I went to an angel reading. Someone bought me for my birthday an angel reading. And the lady said, you have a lot of angels around you and they want you to talk to them as if they're real. And I did. And then a few days later, massive miracle happened. And it was so extraordinary, mind-blowing to witness. But then it was the inner change that happened to me after that. That was the more long-term miracle. And so from that day is when I knew that the angels were real, because I was talking to angels, and that's when the miracles started happening. First, it started with a lot of like synchronicities for a day or two, and the old synchronicity thing.
Right.
Yeah, but then so a bird felt, broken. Do you want me to go through the story? But I witnessed I witnessed a bird. I'll shorten the story. It's in my first book, The Angel Experiment, but I witnessed the bird with the broken wing. It's the first time I ever really prayed to the angels for anything. Okay. And that bird before my eyes transformed into 3 healthy birds and flew away, tiny birds, and then flew away. And then that's when I was like, I probably should check into some more about angels.
Absolutely. There's your sign.
They got you by your tail feather, huh?
Yeah. What's occurring to me about that is, so many of us have this emptiness inside and this craving for just more, but we can't really put our pulse on it.
Right.
And I think that this very craving is what guides certain folks to either die or to go deeper and discover the deeper mysteries that maybe nobody's talking about. So it's this craving that's so uncomfortable that is also an ally, I think, if we are patient.
Yes. Yes. Now, you've got this amazing new book. Thank you for sharing that story, because that is quite incredible. But the book, what made you want to write about wealth magic with angels?
Yeah, it caught me off guard as well, but it was actually during the COVID lockdown, and I decided to reduce my hours a lot, and because both my kids were stuck at home, and it's not like they needed someone to reduce.
You need to have something, yes.
Yeah, and because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a psychotherapist, but mostly the work I do now is like online and teaching and all that stuff. So I had to reduce my hours, and I was like, geez, what are we going to do? And I was like, oh, wait, angels. So I, hold on a second, my little back pocket trick. So I went into ceremony essentially and did a little research on some of the, ancient angels that people had preyed upon, a long time ago, ancient, like old, Western traditions of magic. I looked through a lot of resources and pulled out some. I did my magic and manifested spontaneously $150,000. Okay. And
wow, not too shabby.
I know. Okay. It took maybe a couple months to see that result, but it literally smacked me out of nowhere. And I was like, who, what? And so the way it came in was so extraordinary. And so when deep magic like that happens for me, I went into ceremony later, gave great gratitude. I went outside, lit a fire, gave all my offerings back to spirit. And then it like hit me that, oh, that wasn't for me. That miracle wasn't just for me. That's for me to share, so to share the process and to, especially at the time, because people were losing their businesses, there's all this stuff going on. So angels just provide such a serious life hack to those of us who feel blocked or for some reason don't feel like we have access to resources, because I wasn't raised with resources. Both my parents lived in extreme poverty. I was raised not believing that there's more possible for someone like me, a brown woman. It's like, it's all stacked up against us, in certain ways.
Right.
So there's so many of us walking around just kind of making assumptions, just like I had.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the angels, again, incredible life hacks. And really, when I started working with angels back in the day, I started transitioning my one-on-one career and was guided to talk about this stuff out loud, which was horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
But I did it anyways. And really, it was right, in the beginning where the wealth stuff started changing. But it wasn't until that one, the really big thingy where I was like, okay, people need to know about this. You just
They do,
Made a
especially
believer
now.
out of you, huh?
Yeah,
sure.
because even after COVID, things continue to get bad because of this administration. We have terrible things going on now.
You noticed?
So, yeah.
The world, okay? It's the world. Yes.
Not only have I noticed,
I've noticed, I don't
That's
know.
what it is.
a lot of people have noticed it's gone downhill. And so
Mhm.
the feeling of powerlessness. I mean, we talk to
Yeah.
people a lot in our audience and in our practices, and they feel pretty helpless with this. So bringing that angelic vibration into their lives is so
Mhm.
important. And you're
Yeah.
going to tell us how to do that, right?
Yeah, we're going to give it a shot. But yes, that's what I do full time, all day, every day for years now. So some people see the
Thank goodness, because I was saying before, PK, you joined us on the air, that when I read through the book, I was like
Mhm.
reading the list of angels, and I'm like, I do not recognize these names. I mean, who are these angels? So you've got a whole long list of new to me,
Mhm.
and maybe
Me too.
to you too. Yeah,
definitely.
angels to call on, and I like that because we know Gabriel, we know Michael,
Raphael and
right?
Michael. Those
Ariel,
are
but we
what
don't
we get
know.
are the standards.
Yeah, we don't know these. We don't know the
Mhm.
Ahaya. We don't know Hakamiya. I mean, who are these angels? Where did you find them?
Yeah, so a lot of those angels are based on some of the 72 names of God, in the ancient texts. And so some of these are like different iterations of the name of God in certain ways, but that's essentially what all angels are. And technically that's what all we are, is different iterations of our creator.
Yes.
So because I had also not specifically worked with a lot of these angels, and I'm a bit of a I like research. Okay. So I went into some deep research and then used my intuition and kind of felt into the process here, and then did it. I refined the process for a bigger audience because there's a lot of things that maybe people who don't do the work that I do don't know. So I filled in a lot of those blanks to make sure that we could have the best possible soil for our wealth to grow. So yeah,
Sounds good.
Yeah, this is extraordinary. I love new information. PK, I know
God,
you do
yes.
too. It's nice.
I need all the help I could get.
I know. We're going to call upon these, and they all you have identified in your book, there's specific specialties. They have specialties, and they can help with depression, as you say, or overcoming adversity, all kinds of things that are very specific to who they are and how they vibrate. So it's a wonderful opportunity for people to get your book and then become familiar, with these angels.
Oh, for sure. And it really is just the tip of the iceberg. But it's a beautiful start for people who are, again, being pulled.
Well, it's like having a first aid kit.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's like having a first aid kit.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people who are who do the process, do this book once or twice a year. I'm actually getting ready to do a live event in a few weeks.
Oh,
and opening it
where?
up to public.
May I ask?
Oh, just online, actually. It's on my website. It's
just checking.
Yeah, CorinGrillo.com/wealth, and you can look it up. But
great.
But yeah, people love to do it more than once, and it's just extraordinary, the stuff that happens for people.
How much do you charge for this event so people will know?
I think right now it's at I think people get to save $150. I think it's like $150 for.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, and it's 11 days straight. I'm showing up live doing live coaching for 45 minutes a day, and it's face to face, so it's not like webinar style. And so yeah, so I'll be sharing other secrets and just live
The
channeling and
secrets are
box
coming out, huh?
clearing and all that stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
It
Sounds
sounds
great. And it
wonderful.
shows that you're excited about it, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love chill. I don't do it often. I don't get online face to face because I'm so busy sometimes at Casa Condor doing some of my other work. So I'm excited just to chill, hang out with beautiful people who are bringing in the magic. Because I love hearing the stories of what happens to them. People still send me emails or social media posts. They'll show me these fat checks that come in from nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a
That's
lady.
the best part.
I had a lady like buy the book. She opened it up, and then I think it was like 2, 3, 4 days later. It's like within the first week or something. She opens up the mailbox. There's this letter from the IRS, and they gave her like I think $25,000
Oh
of
my gosh.
back taxes from years ago. I mean, just random. It wasn't even from the previous year. It was.
Oh my God.
I know, stuff like that. It's wonderful to hear these stories.
My luck is usually a bill for 25,000.
I know. Exactly. That's when you know angels are on staff right there. When,
Oh God, yes.
when it's a refund for no reason, stop it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you mentioned, Corinne, that you actually received $150,000 out of the blue, but you saw that as a result of the work you were doing. Can you give us more details on that? How did you create that?
Well, okay. So from what I can gather, I applied for some resources for my business, but it was like I asked for maybe like $5,000 or something, and it had been like 8 months or something. I hadn't heard anything, and I don't know how the numbers got changed, but it was 150,000. And so I asked my husband, "Hey, did you apply for this for us?" Because
How does this happen?
he didn't know either. And so,
Oh my God.
I think it was that, but not in any way would I have applied for. I did not apply for that much, but I think for some reason they just distributed for some reason.
They
Again,
liked you. It was magic.
weird. It was weird. It took us a while to get over that one. That was such a act of grace, really.
Oh gosh, yes.
But you know, it's so nice because when you talk about things like this, you really open the door for everybody to consider this can happen for them too.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Oh, it's because it can't. Because we're all in the same playground together.
Yeah. Right.
We all have the same access. This is not a hierarchical, someone's better than someone else. This equalizes the playing field as far as I'm concerned, beyond what humans think about their personal hierarchies. Spirit doesn't care about that. Okay. So if we learn how to make ourselves more visible to them by calling them in, then everything is possible. Sometimes they start with, at least for me, they started with my heart and my mind to help declutter, to help detox, just from trauma, just years of trauma. And then that helped open up some of the funnels, right? But it's not required that we're living perfectly. At the time when they first came in, I was drinking like a fifth of vodka every 2 days. I was like, prescription. I mean, come on. I was not, I would say, in a pristine, pious state. And so that's why I know it's for all of us.
Yes.
Also not religious. I wasn't religious, still not religious. And they still came. So which means it's the equal opportunity for all of us.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really great.
Makes good sense.
Yes.
For me, that's what I think. I mean, what do you guys think?
Right.
It certainly seems to go that direction.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And
it's
go ahead,
Patricia. I was going to say, it's always amazing when we put something open and allow it to come to us.
Right.
Why are we always surprised when it comes?
I'm still surprised.
I mean, you put yourself out there, you're pulling it together, and it's like, oh, now how did this happen?
You're right.
You worked for it. You worked on it, and you shared it. You think sharing what you know has enhanced what you do?
What's interesting, it's not just enhanced. I think it's quintessential to keeping me on track, because when we, we hoard. This is what I've learned over time. What spirits told me: when you hoard your blessings, it can become stagnant. But
Oh.
when you share generously, really your heart with anybody, period. But when you share like something specific, the blessing specifically, the grace that's possible, and it comes from a really authentic place and a non-dogmatic place, that has been really important for my own staying, what I want to say, staying engaged, I think, because we can so easily go back into our delusion of aloneness, of separateness. And so I think, yeah, it's helped me for sure. Yeah.
You
And
said you have children. How many children do you have?
Two.
Two. Do they work with what you believe in your beliefs?
Oh, hell no. Come on, they're teenagers.
I just thought I'd ask because mine don't agree with me either. So I thought maybe you knew something I didn't that you could help me jump that hurdle.
I think you have a fundamental. I've done my best at, I just feel like just when they'll come, they'll ask if they want, but I do give them the basics. Like, baby, you have support. Okay. So if you need, just light a candle. If you want, go into the bathtub, just ask for help. I try to keep it real simple and not mean, I guess. And the older one's up the ranks now. She's 19. So now she is coming around. She's like, she knows who to call when she needs.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Needs the extra. She calls me, hey, Mom, what do I do if? I'm like, all right, girl, let's get to task.
So what is it? It's in Ghostbusters. Come on, let's make it happen.
If I forced it down there, they would never take it in if I was trying to force it. So I'm just letting myself be more mysterious.
Kids don't realize who you are or what you do until they're old enough to look back at where they were.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden it's like, oh, I didn't know that. As you've been feeding it to them for how long?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, forever. But yeah, what's wonderful is my oldest daughter, she actually asked to go into ceremony with me over in Shasta. I know. Yeah, she was really struggling with some heartbreak. She's like, Mom, I think I need to do something. And I was like, well, what do you have in mind, baby? And so she went up there and, up there we do. I'm also a psychedelic therapist, a trained psychedelic therapist. And also I work a lot with the shamanism and things like that. So, we, just the fact that she was interested in getting to know more about her ancestors and know more about how trees talk and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, I just know, because I always think my mom died when I was a teenager. So I always think about what tools am I going to leave with her before I die, to support her even when I'm gone. So it makes me happy. Yeah.
Wow. Well, you also, in your book, you talk about demons, but they're inner demons. They're the demons we need to own, which is very important. So talk to us a little bit about that.
All right, great. Now, I don't want to minimize the reality of there are dark forces out there. There always have been. They have their own special task. Okay, I'm not making judgment against them either, but they have to work. I've
met a few of them.
Right? I know. I mean, no joke, right?
Yes.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah. But in this particular book, I really wanted to focus on the inner world because it could be an external influence that's puppeting your mind. But if you don't address it from the inside, they will continue to puppet, right? So to most of us, just like the voice inside of my head for most of my life was telling me that I sucked and telling me I should probably die and that I had no purpose. Was that my thoughts or was it these forces? So in the book, we talk about some of those basic wealth demons, but the inner ones like shame, a guilt, imposter syndrome, these kinds of things are easily, they will seduce us into asking for less and not feeling like we're worthy of more.
Right. Yeah, because we really do get imprinted by our environment and our families.
Oh, most definitely.
It's very difficult to undo it. However,
like if you want to talk demons, let's look at our family.
I know, that's where they were.
You've been at my house.
Exactly.
But it's interesting. I was doing a little bit of body work, which I'm really enjoying, with a woman who is about my age, which is nice. And she said something really profound I want to share with you both and our audience tonight. She said, what happens to us with that imprinting process and all of what we get thrown at us as we're growing up is basically we stop recognizing ourselves. And I had never heard it put that way. And I thought, that's really brilliant. It's true. We stop recognizing ourselves and we accept this imprint, this falsehood of who we are that we heard about from our parents or other relatives who raised us. So it's so important to know that those demonic voices on the inside, that's not who we are. We need to start recognizing ourselves.
Well, sometimes it isn't just the demonic voices. It's the voices from the past as we're growing up that I can still hear. My sister was a good student. She played piano. She could do all kinds of things. I liked art, but I couldn't do much of anything. And he finally one day he looked at me and said, we're going to burn down the school to get you out. And I went, and that has stayed with me all these years.
Oh my
of
God.
not ever being good enough.
Yes. Oh.
But it's what we hear is what we
believe. We take it in like it's true. But
doesn't matter what we do. That little voice is still back there.
Oh, it's still there. Yeah. It's like repeated over and over again. And it's in there. And also we're not really taught that our mind thoughts aren't us. I mean, just as far as we don't know, we can like detach from and just watch the mind chatter and go, you know what? I don't actually have to listen to that voice, because when the angels came to me the first time, I could distinctly hear the other voice a little louder, like the nice one, which had been suppressed for so long because the tyrannical voices were a little louder at the table. So yeah, just knowing yourself and developing the ability to hear the kind one inside and following that one, as opposed to the one that a lot of people are following, unfortunately.
Yes. Yes. It's really
how lucky we are.
Isn't it wonderful? The human existence.
It's sorting it out, so.
Well, it's fun to hack. It's definitely fun to hack. If you could just, get to the table, it is fun once you enter into the playground a little bit more and go, okay, all right, let's just test this out. See what happens.
Yeah. Let's see what happens if we listen to the nice people talking to us.
Yes.
It might take a lot to unveil those voices, but that's what the angels can help us with. So who would you tell people to call on to silence the demonic voices on the inside and open up the wonderful, loving voices?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what kind of things are happening. So a good starter is always Archangel Michael, because Archangel Michael is a super warrior badass. He can smack down all kinds of dark voices and fear-based stuff. But also in conjunction with Archangel Michael, we could work with Archangel Uriel as an illuminator, someone who can lighten up the mind, bring us clarity if we're like in confusion or things like this. Jophiel is one of the angels that even I put in the 11-day wealth challenge, or what the angel magic challenge, because Jophiel helps with massive optimism. And so many of us, like I said, and like you said, PK, we got that negative talk about cats just drilled into us.
Carry it with me right here.
Right? We got it drilled into us. Half the people think money's evil. Half the people think it's not possible for them. And so with all the successful people, especially the heart-centered humans that I know that are self-made, massive optimism was required. So Jophiel helps beautify the mind and bring optimism to essentially anything that you're doing.
That's very nice.
That's
now,
good to know.
Metatron is a big time archangel. What does he do? What's his involvement with the wealth issue?
Yeah, well, Metatron does a lot of things. But today I would say Metatron helps connect you with the divine direct. I think one of his names is like the divine director, and
Mhm.
so he can help connect us with the highest potency of our connection to source.
Mhm.
So some people believe that we have a purpose, that there is a reason why we came into these beautiful bodies. And so I see Metatron as one of the angels that can help us align with that purpose, because some of us are like, let's say we're bowling, you roll that ball right down the middle, you're going to get you're going to, what's it called when you win? You're going to get
Strike.
when you get them all at once.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, strike.
You get a strike. It's a weird name for it. Okay, but a strike, and then, but if you're just a little off, right, you could just get one pin.
Yeah.
And so,
Just
Tough
goes-
luck.
no matter what, we're gonna walk towards and be doing our purpose. But some of our purpose is going to be a little more on point, and
Yeah.
so these angels can help redirect and
Right.
align you with the center point of who you are, and that's when we become more powerful.
Okay. I like.
Mhm.
So it's finding that center point that they can.
Yeah, so I think Metatron can help with that. Raziel helps us bridge also with
Mhm.
that. But Metatron's really like esoteric as far as like sacred geometry can help you unlock some of the certain keys. But also I see Metatron as a protector, also can protect your higher wisdom body.
Mhm.
We have multiple bodies, multiple dimensions. So some of us don't know it's not just this body we should be protecting. I like to protect all my bodies, even if I don't know about them.
Oh, what
So
a good idea.
yeah, because we're influenced from my perspective. Again, I don't want anybody to just ingest my beliefs, but I think we're existing in multiple places. So if we come into balance and wholeness and we ask for harmony of all aspects of ourselves to come into wholeness and alignment,
Yes.
I think that helps. And with those angels, those archangels that govern those higher realms, it's I find it I can feel it shift. Yeah.
What about Sandalphon? I find that a name that I hear a lot, but I don't know much about Sandalphon.
Okay. So Sandalphon and also Metatron, these were guys that were said to be actual humans first back in the day. And so it's unique because Metatron and Sandalphon sometimes are kind of seen as twin brothers. One governs the cosmos, the other one governs the home, the earth. And so Sandalphon helps us bring our blessings, our deeper wishes from the earth plane. He's like a giant earth guardian, and can help our messages get through. So you have this emissary down here. He's gonna chuck the football up to his big bro, and then his big bro is gonna get it up to Creator. So yeah,
that's good.
Yep.
Very good.
There's a lot of ways I can describe it. It's always different. But again, these things are, for me, it's important for us to experience what they are for us first. I like to, there's a lot of people out there that just speak angels just from what they've heard, okay, from channels or channelers. And I just think that's kind of like asking the priest about what God is. It's like we got to stop with the middleman stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Yeah. Definitely. Stop with it. It's just another barrier, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun to gather data, right? It's fun to go, okay, well, that's a possibility. But what happens for me? When I'm channel writing, or what comes through for me? Because not everything's written, not everything's written. And the greatest, wonderful keys in any mystical path is what is still hidden.
How do you explain to people how to choose a angel that they feel is the best for them? And then of course you add the troupies to it. But how do they know where to start?
Yeah. Well, start anywhere, I say. But if you kind of in my books, usually I'll have a kind of a list of the angels, at least
Right.
that are in that book.
Right.
But you could even go online and just get a list of archangels, read what they're about. But besides reading what they're about, notice what happens in your body. And some of these angels might feel louder, or like it makes you a tingle. And those are often the angels that want to work with you on something specific right now. And the angels will change the more that you maybe change directions, re-navigate your bowling ball. You might need a little different angel medicine for that.
Right. Well,
So,
when you're taking a look at the names and such, and somebody's geared towards a specific name where it sounds good, and yet it doesn't really resonate totally with them to help them grow. And so to choose, and let's face it, when we choose something, we throw all of ourselves into it to see if we can't make it work. And if it doesn't work right away, what's the first thing we do is we chuck it out the door.
oh, totally.
Without giving it that opportunity. So how can we keep ourselves balanced enough not to quit too soon?
Yeah.
Good question.
That is such a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a good question for like everything that we're doing? How do you not quit your job training too soon? How do you
what I'm hanging on to?
Yeah. What do we do for that? How do we dig in our heels? And I think most of us, one of the fundamental blocks for a lot of people when it even comes to wealth is just not being able to commit, period, to anything. So if you can't commit to, this is why I make this is an 11-day ritual. If you cannot commit to an 11-day ritual, what can you commit to? And a lot of folks, man, I coach a lot of people in business, spiritual business, stuff like that. And I'm telling you, they will say that they will do something. They have this, we cultivate this juicy idea, this juicy, it's direct line, mainlined from spirit. Okay. It's juiced up, magnetic. Oh, I got sick and then I forgot. And then, it's just, they don't prioritize their commitment. Most people are waiting for people to put a commitment onto us, and then we'll do those things over our own commitments. Right. So we have to learn how to reprioritize how we commit to ourselves so that we can trust ourselves to continue. So I put faith in spirit, and here's what I do. I don't commit to things I don't intend to finish, which means I don't commit to a lot.
Exactly. I would commit to nothing then because I never know what I'm going to do next.
I know. Most of the time I'm just like, whatever. But when I
blew my day out of the water.
I really want to commit to stuff. I know it's hard. So, but angels really can, help you commit like a steady bull. Like maybe Sandalphon would be really great at just anchoring us on the earth plane and getting us really to just be able to get through something, even when it sucks, or even when we don't want to, because the first time,
called life,
right? The first time we feel a displeasure, or I just don't feel like, calling in the angels I just don't feel like it. Right. And then it just multiplies I don't feel like it. So we bow out before the getting's good half the time.
Do you ever feel that they're judging you? I keep thinking, if I go towards one thing and I'll start thinking about it, then I'm thinking, oh, I'm not doing it right. They're going to judge me. I know I've messed it up and I should be doing it better.
Yeah.
Well, you wear yourself out.
I know that's exactly it. We wear ourselves out before spirit ever would. Like, so from my experience now, okay, maybe I'm talking to a whole different posse that some people learned about in certain kinds of churches, but my experience of spirit is very non-judgmental in that way. But we're way harder because of our conditioning. Right. We're way harder on ourselves, right?
Well, that's part of the big religious belief too, right?
That's
religious part. Yeah.
The religions really, certain aspects of it, the indoctrination was heavy and hard. And those kinds of indoctrinations, come on, those were designed to control the people, It
worked.
It totally worked. It's still working. It's still working. But I learned real fast when I was in sessions with doing channeling for people and stuff like that. And sometimes I would have like prostitutes, like people, like drug people. I would start channeling, and it wasn't like, do better, you're going to hell. It was just, oh, this person is craving, wants to be loved. We just
Mhm.
love. It's always about love.
But isn't that what everybody wants and everybody needs?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I think the
Acceptance.
issue is our ability to actually receive it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what kind of
Acceptance is hard.
What was that?
I said
acceptance?
acceptance can be hard.
Yeah.
But it can be offered to us on a platter, and we'll still pick it apart before we decide to sit down with it.
Right. So I talk about the guilt and shame demon in the
Mhm.
wealth magic, but you can tell how good you are at receiving just based on how you're doing your life with in your regular relationships. Are you an overly giver? Or are you able to receive from others, generosity from others without guilt, without apology? And that will kind of show you, like, if you can receive a gift from the universe fully, or are you still like apologizing from that old conditioning?
Ah,
Mhm.
good question. That's a very good question
How
too.
we're raised from the beginning, our get-go, shall we say,
Oh, yeah.
does leave imprints over all of us from the tip of our toes to the top of our head.
It does.
And they're hard to shake. They're so hard to shake. Even though you know different, you feel better about it. And there's that one little word that'll be said that just knocks you right back to the beginning again.
No, it's so easy, huh?
Mhm. I
Yeah.
want a do-over.
I know, a do-over. You're like, I know. Yeah. I mean, I think that's why I just felt coming into the work, the spiritual world, the way that I did, which was in a way spontaneously, not necessarily from books, was that it just helped me realize that there's just so much wiggle room in a way for us to kind of move through some of these choices we made and to really show up in our lives in a real like honest, just honest way, and state
Mhm.
what we would like honestly to our family, even if it's a little peculiar. But yeah, I just feel we are being asked to be more free with who we are, to share the truth, the deeper truth, the stuff that's a little wonky that we're like, why are we doing this, guys? Like, why are we doing this still? You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
all
forced
the
into
news.
it. Can't figure out why it happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we don't want to be slaves anymore. That's for sure.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
There was a catch.
yeah,
Right.
well, and I love that you're doing the work with psychedelics. Which can we ask you which psychedelics that you're able to work with? Then
Yeah.
California is a lot more liberal than we are out here. We do have some room for like psilocybin right now, and they're
Yeah.
trying to pass laws on that. But what do you find? I've heard great things about ibogaine and
Yeah, there's the clinical research is astounding for ibogaine, for psilocybin, for MDMA, and so I work with a variety of anything that essentially is going to help us open the heart. It's just an extension of angels, right? Just okay, where's all heart work. So
Mhm.
but yeah, psilocybin, it really supports people end of life transitions, helping them create a union with the creator. So they release a fear, first of all, of the final skin shedding. NDMA helps, I think it's 83%, in the clinical trials these medicines are going through right now, 83% of extreme PTSD
wow.
compared compared to any other treatment. These are war veterans that they're doing clinical trials on. So they're moving through and trying to get eventual federal legislation. Right now, I have a church that's organized. It's a sacrament church, so that because the work that I do has been spiritual for a long time, and I now have a sanctuary over in Shasta. So we're also working, we're kind of all in the front lines of what I perceive as reclaiming our roots,
Mhm.
and all traditions, all continents worked with mind expanding
Mhm.
um, uh, um, medicines to help us commune with the spirit world, to commune with our ancestors, to receive direction, to receive prophecy, and to heal our hearts, right? To help us stay connected to the
Yes.
tree.
Well,
So,
because PK was talking a lot about, running the same programs over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do know about psychedelics is they create new pathways in your brain so you don't have to run the same programs over. So it happens naturally.
Yes.
So it's a lot easier. And I'm not sure about the laws in Arizona, but I'm pretty sure that
I have no idea what the laws are.
I think you can
I'm one of these people that are called chicken.
now.
I'm afraid to try anything different because over the years I can do this and I'll knock my socks off and everybody says, well, I just took that aspirin, it didn't bother me. And I go, oh.
Yeah. Well, I
So
mean, look, when
it's not tried and true and shoved in my face with all these degrees under it. I'm
when
afraid
it
of
comes
it.
to these
But a lot of
medicines,
people
though,
are.
I think it's wonderful to work with these medicines with a high level of caution, to really do your research, right? And to make sure that your facilitators are coming from, have a strong background in the psyche, first of all,
Right.
especially
I agree with you.
in the West, because there's a lot of people shooting from the hip out here and pretending like, they have a grounding. So we also train psychedelic facilitators as well through our church. And, and I feel like the clinical and science side of these medicines are equally as important as the sacred and ceremonial side. So it's important, at least for me, to work with both when I'm in ceremony and also when I'm working in community or teaching this information. You should use caution when working with any set. Safety is so important. Ethics, so important. So
everybody is so different when they try different things. Their mindset, I've been around people that say, oh my God, I took this, and you don't know what it did to me. And the other person next to them said, oh, I did the same thing, but it didn't bother me at all. But don't you think that sometimes a person assumes it's going to do all this and then some? And so consequently, they fall into that versus allowing it to just be the best that it can be.
Yes. Yeah. People have a lot of fundamental just fears of losing control, but it's a reflection of how they're doing life also.
Good point.
You're you're afraid of losing control in life. You're more than likely your butt cheeks are clenched in life and you're just like, it's like, you're just preventing any disaster while super suffering the whole time because everything's so controlled. There's like no fun.
Right.
It's called Life 101 again. Here we go.
That's it. No, you raise another valuable point with all of this. But yeah, I think it's great that you're offering that in your practice and you're training other people too. That you're doing so many wonderful things, Corin. So people can reach you through your website, which is CorinGrillo.com. Is that the best way to find you, is through that website?
Yeah, if you have questions, support@CorinGrillo.com. You can reach out, ask me questions there. I also have some social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, but go through my website. I think my retreat center is listed on there. I probably have a December event coming up, so get on that list so we can email you. But if you have any questions about any of this stuff, just email my support inbox and we'll totally get back to you. Oh, and if you want to join this 11-day thing that I'm doing, with the book itself. So grab the book and then we're going to do it's like a live book club, but on steroids because I'll be there live.
That is great. Yeah. How many people will you accept into that program? Is there a limit?
No, we can have as many as want to come. So we want whoever's being called, and I wanted to do it this, Angels inspired me to do it now because we're getting into harvest season and I want people to like reap their harvest, all this hard work we just put in during the year. This is the time to really open up the funnel because a lot of times a lot of results start coming in during the fall season. Yeah.
Absolutely perfect when you think about the fact that this month is a review of this year. And October will be a preview of what we're going to be going through next year. So it's perfect timing to pull things together.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, see? Oh, good.
Cool.
Yes, so it is perfect timing.
It is, definitely.
Is it at the same time every day that you offer this? Or what if somebody can't make the time? Can they watch
they'll be watching replays. They can even submit questions if they join. There's 2 tiers. So if they want the one, where I'm doing more personalized coaching for folks. But either way, replays always. Because, I'm great. to, you know, things happen.
Yes, exactly. That's why I was wondering. It's if you
Mhm.
make it that convenient, there's no excuse. Then
Oh,
anybody can
right.
do it. It's great. Yes. Now, for your Shasta programs, they can find that also on your website. You'll be announcing possibly something in December.
Yeah, get on the list for that. We just did. Only do a couple public retreats twice a year, but I also do a 12-month deep dive in nature immersion, and you know, I call it kind of organic shamanism, meaning it's really about personal inquiry
Mhm.
about into the deeper nature of nature. And learning how to gain medicine and healing through that the same way all of our ancestors did. So I feel like that work is particularly universal for all of us, and it helps us re-anchor into our own ancestral roots and indigenous roots, because all of our people were indigenous to somewhere. We all knew the same information. We all knew how to work with forces to thrive. So that's a big part of my work that just kind of started happening. Officially started happening, but it's kind of my next level that angels want me to kind of focus on to help bring people in and now love up on the earth, guys, because get to know it, because you're here and it's magical. So
That's right.
Yes, exactly. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. You're doing so much.
Definitely.
Do you have another book coming out at some point?
I think I need to chill for a second. And
What?
just for a quick sec. But you know, there's books, there's stuff, there's lots of stuff to learn from me with the angel side. I'm teaching this like training. For now. But I am starting the Angel Alchemy Academy, which is my 6-month intuitive training in, I think, a couple months. So if you want to learn how to really deepen the relationship with the angels, and not just deepen their relationship, but really also kind of have an urge to share it, or want to just know there's something inside. But
yeah. This is wonderful. Well, our technology allows us to participate with you in a whole new way, which is so great.
Isn't that wonderful for us?
I know.
Definitely.
I love it.
Definitely.
I love it. It's wonderful. So if we can put the books back up there, Chanel, so that people can write down the titles and run out and get them. The new one is Angel Wealth Magic. That one just came out, right? That just dropped.
Yeah, I think I don't know when it was. Maybe last year.
Was it last year? I know, it's the first time I've seen it. Okay,
Well,
but
I have not received either one of them.
No, you have.
Hint.
Hint. Was
that direct enough?
I think so.
Is this through New World Library? Both of them published?
World Library. Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll have to get them from there. Okay. Well, we're going to have to unfortunately wrap up. Corinne, it's been wonderful seeing you.
It's a delight. Thank you, Corinne.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
For all you're doing and for the beautiful books you've written. Everybody go out and get them. They're fantastic books that will help you in this time of strife and conflict and transition, and God knows what else is coming down the path. So,
right? Yes.
A lot.
We need all the help we can get.
Yes, we do.
So, yes. So thank you. And hey, guess what, everybody? We're going to be back next week with another great show. We're going to have Kathleen Barden. She is going to be talking about the differences with abductions over the years, how they've changed. So that's next. So we'll see you then. And until then, we'll see you on the Blue Highway. Good night, everyone.
Good night.